To start with, let me to express my gratitude to Morini Arms Company for giving me this pistol as a sponsorship and for supporting me for more than 20 years. This is my first review, so please don't judge strictly. Let me to introduce myself. My name is Dina Aspandiyarova. I have been shooting for more than 30 years, participated in 3 Olympic Games, 2 Asian Games, 2 Commonwealth Games, 4 World Championships, have medals from them. From these competitions, recently got selected into Tokyo Olympic Games. My personal best is 395 points, so I think I have a good deal of knowledge on this brand. However, I'm not a technical person at all, so this review will be from the user's point of view. Speaking of which, I have been using Morini for more than 20 years. So in 2000, back in 2000, I took long barrel Morini, and in 2001, I think I switched to short barrel Morini, and in 2013, I took short barrel titanium Morini, and just recently got this brand new CM200. So I can compare Morini to previous version of Morini, and probably it's not ethically correct to compare it to other brands which I did not use, but I do have my own opinion on them. So today is 17th March 2021. I received this pistol on 12th of January, so it took me 3 months to get used to this pistol and to feel comfortable with it. Although in the beginning I thought that it should take a little bit less than that, but it was very unprofessional to think that this pistol will start shooting 10s by itself. So bad news is that yes, this pistol doesn't shoot 10s itself, but the good news is that it shoots really good 10s if you do the work correctly, the shot process correctly. So let's start with the unpacking. This pistol comes, the pistol itself, and it comes with 2 cylinders, one of which has digital manometer, and another one has analog manometer. I don't know why, but that's what it is. It comes without a battery, so if you're eager to start as soon as you receive this pistol, then you better buy this battery in advance, 3 volts CR2. Then we have 2 weights, 6 grams weights, which initially I thought are useless, but in fact they're very, very helpful, so you may consider to use them. Of course, adapter, safely secured. The thing to remove air from your cylinders, and the box with the Allen keys and screwdriver, and this training cable. So it's Morini's invention to include this option into your active pistol, so you can, it's like a shot dummy, I think I called, but I haven't used it yet, but maybe here I'll try to show you how to use it. And some other Allen keys. So as I said, I can compare this piece. Of course, it has owner manual, a user manual, and the card with the pellets test. As I mentioned, I can compare this Morini only with my previous Morini, and if we compare them, the sight line is the same. I just moved my front sight a little bit closer because I was frustrated because of the longer barrel, but probably bring it back. So the sight line is the same, but the barrel slightly longer, probably 3 centimeters longer, and therefore cylinder is also longer, which created some problems for me in the beginning, because for 20 years I was using short barrel, and suddenly I had to get used to a new center of gravity and therefore new balance, and that's probably why it took me so long to switch to this pistol, I mean mentally. So my best score with this one out of 60 shots was 577, but this one I start with, and in the beginning it was like love-hate relationships. Started with 573, then scores dropped to 66, 62, but then as I practiced and got used to it and modified my grip, so I came back to 75, 73, 75, which is still not very high, but we're learning together. We are getting used to each other. So again, compare these two pistols, I found 3 little bit annoying differences, 2 positive differences, and 1 amazing difference. So what else? Again, the weight of this pistol with the small weight is 1009 grams, so just a little bit over than 1 kilo. Trigger weight, I prefer to adjust it from factory settings. Yes, usually factory settings are a little bit heavier and I don't like it, so I like to make my life easier, so I make the trigger lighter, but still it holds the weight comfortably, I guess. Yes, comfortably. Well, what else? Since I took this pistol in 3 months, I had an opportunity to have pellets test, and it gave me with R10 heavy pellets, rifle pellets. The group was 6.8 millimeters, maybe not the greatest, but very decent, I think. And the velocity was from 142.3 to 143.7 meters per second. So I think it's quite stable. So now let's get back to the differences. The main difference is that with this pistol, in order to remove grip, it's more difficult to remove grip on this pistol than on that pistol. So with this one you can just remove circuit and with 2 screws remove a grip. So with this pistol CM200 it takes twice long to remove a grip, because you need to remove this plate and disconnect these contacts, then remove this plate which is on magnet and disconnect these contacts. So remove this circuit, the whole circuit, and the screw, and only 1 screw will be inside. So again, there is only 1 screw, so I prefer to, from time to time, to check that it doesn't go loose. So far it didn't, but I still want to make sure. And yes, this is annoying for my mind, but maybe, and then if you have fat fingers, you have to disconnect it, so it takes a while. Again, compared to this one, maybe compared to some other pistols, it's not a problem. What else? And you also always have to be gentle with the screws. Yes. Another not annoying but inconvenient thing is that with this pistol with CM162 we have this hook which indicates which like jams this lever in case when the air in the cylinder reaches low level, so then we cannot lift this lever, cannot load, although we always could move it away and still reload. Yes, but this pistol doesn't have this hook, and therefore we have to constantly control the level of air, which again slightly inconvenient. And the third inconvenient thing, yes, was the screw inside, because I have to check it. But I think it's a very, very small inconvenience. Yes, I had to modify my grip a lot. Again, it took me a while until I felt it comfortable, fully comfortable. So if you do not feel comfortable with your grip and you have some empty spaces or something just pushes or pulls, don't hesitate to modify your grip, because any uncomfortable feelings in the grip will distract you and can cause damage in the result. Yes, I mean that make your scores lower, distract. So, but the main thing which I have modified is I created this proper shelf for my thumb, because construction of this grip is that my thumb felt like this. I don't know if you see, and I don't like it, because on my previous grip, which is very slim, and it was made custom made back in 2000, so I used this grip for 20 years, and it's very, very slim and nice and nothing extra, very comfortable to hold. And you can see I have a very, very good shelf for my thumb, so that's what I got used to. I also don't like wide space in this area. Most of grips make it really wide for this web. I don't know why, and it has been like forever, so I have to file all around, but then it took me a bit too much, so then I had to put more of this material, putty, I think it's called. Yes, and I don't like ribs under these fingers. I don't like it, so I remove all ribs. What else? Yes, so it took me a while. This size is extra small, and it turned out that my hand is even smaller than extra small, because I had to fill up spaces, empty spaces again. So this is, but that's a good thing about this grip, that it has enough material to work with. I know with some brands they have such a very thin layer of wood or whatever that you cannot even file, or you just file a little bit and then there is a hole, or there is not enough space here under the palm. So good thing, yes, that this grip has enough material to work with. Another good change about this pistol is that this barrel has these holes. So I don't know exactly how it works, but they say that it makes the shot fly or pellet fly out smoother without big recoil. And this sleeve, it's actually a sleeve, it's not the barrel, also looks nice. Maybe it also has its own goal, purpose, which I'm not aware of or don't understand. So and now let's see how this training cable works and what it does. So previously I removed this small cover from inside the electronic mechanism, Now let's try to insert the cable. Okay, pretty easy. Now I turn on the pistol and you see this red flash. So what shall we have? Click. Doesn't clicks, doesn't work. So again, nice. I think this feature could be helpful for the young shooters who just started this sport and who are still in this mindset of pulling the trigger and helping to pull the trigger with the whole arm. So this trigger will help them to get rid of this habit of anticipation of a shot. Okay. Yes, you see, I cannot. Interesting, interesting. Okay, switch off, remove, carefully. But the biggest feature of this pistol, which makes all inconveniences that I have mentioned before irrelevant, is its trigger. To me, it's like a Mercedes of all triggers, from all triggers. It feels like the finger pulls through the trigger. It doesn't have to overcome the barrier, like a difference or the wall between first stage and second stage. It just goes through this wall. Very soft, very smooth. It looks very light, or feels very light, although you saw that I have measured the trigger weight and it holds half a kilo weight very confidently. Can you believe that after this trigger, when I tried to shoot with this pistol, my old Morini, I kind of couldn't pull the trigger. It seems so heavy and difficult to pull. Yes. But it feels like you need to find a common language with this pistol. You need to find the words or thoughts to deal with it. Because if you anticipate or if you wait for a shot to happen, then this pistol will send shot in any direction. Maybe not too far away, but it still won't be where you want it to be. But then when you start to trust this pistol and you trust the trigger, then pistol becomes very responsive and appreciative, I would say. Think about it. Maybe it works with any trigger, not only this one. Trust your triggers. So, what else I can say? I can say that never ever in my life I told my students, and I'm also a coach, training shooters from all over the world online via Skype. So never ever in my life I told them that, oh, I shoot with Morini for so many years and that's the pistol that you must buy. I always tell them that you need to choose whatever suits you better, what you feel works better for you, whether it's a balance of a pistol or trigger or grip or just the price, which is also very important. But when I tried this pistol, Morini CM200 EI, I can say that yes, I can recommend this pistol to everybody. You should buy this pistol because it is very nice, it is very well balanced, because we don't need these full length barrels, I think. Some people do not like short barrels, so the barrel length and therefore balance is optimal, but the main feature, of course, is a trigger. Not to mention that I love electronic triggers since they have been invented, but this trigger feels really different. So yes, I do recommend this pistol to everybody. And in Australia you can buy it from Potter Firearms, who is the main dealer of this brand in Australia. Thank you for your attention.